Thank you to each of the protesters who gathered every Sunday outside Solid Rock Church, standing in solidarity against the man who was supposed to be a shepherd, but instead became a wolf in sheep's clothing. I may be miles away in the Pacific Northwest, but my heart beats in rhythm with yours. I joined you in spirit, cheering you on, feeling the weight of your commitment to justice for MIca. Your voices echoed across the miles, a chorus of love and outrage that could not be silenced. I don't know MIca personally, but I know her story, and it resonates deeply within me. She was a woman trapped in a cycle of abuse, a cycle that many still find themselves ensnared in today. Domestic violence is not just physical, it is emotional, psychological, and spiritual. It is the slow erosion of a person's sense of self, a relentless assault on their dignity and worth. It is the manipulation that makes them question their reality, the isolation that cuts them off from friends and family, the fear that grips them so tightly that they can hardly breathe. Imagine waking up every day in a world where love is conditional, where your worth is measured by your compliance. Imagine being told that you are worthless, that no one else would ever love you, that your dreams are foolish and unattainable. This is the reality for many who suffer in silence, trapped in homes that should be sanctuaries but instead become prisons. MIca was one of those women, and her life, though tragically cut short, is not in vain. The impact of domestic violence ripples through families and communities. It doesn't just affect the victim, it affects children who witness the abuse, who grow up thinking that love is synonymous with pain. It affects friends who feel helpless, unsure of how to intervene. It creates a culture of silence, where shame and fear keep victims from speaking out, from seeking help. And when a life is lost, the shockwaves extend even further, touching lives we may never know. Thank you to each one of you who stood outside that church, holding signs, chanting, demanding accountability. You fought the good fight, and even if the outcome feels uncertain, your efforts have not gone unnoticed. You have raised awareness, ignited conversations, and shown countless others that they are not alone. You have given a voice to the voiceless, and that is no small feat. I know that protesting may not seem like it changes the world overnight, but it plants seeds of hope. It encourages others to speak up, to seek help, to break free from the chains that bind them. It reminds us all that we are capable of standing up against injustice, even when it feels like an uphill battle. MIca's story is a tragic reminder of the many who suffer in silence, but it is also a call to action. We must continue to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. We must advocate for better resources, for education on the signs of domestic violence, for support systems that empower victims to reclaim their lives. So thank you, protesters, for your unwavering commitment. Thank you for showing up, for raising your voices, for standing in the face of adversity. MIca may no longer be with us, but her spirit lives on in the fight for justice, in the hearts of those who refuse to let her story fade into obscurity. Together, we can create a world where no one has to suffer in silence, where love is truly unconditional, and where every life is valued and cherished. Let's keep fighting for MIca, for all those who have suffered, and for a future free from violence.